Sheila Black, and we're in Mr. Boston's Art 2 class.
We did mono prints. We basically looked at a magazine and we drew the bird and we put the glass on it and we painted over it, and we put the glass on a paper to print it like this, and we did different colors and shading and everything.
This is a self-portrait that we did. First we took a picture and then we printed it in black and white, and then we made a grid on it, and then like when we had the big paper to draw it out, we had to make a grid on the paper, then we had to draw like each of the squares like separate, like we had to draw them like across.
We had to make a grid on there, and then we used charcoal to shade
the areas. And then we had to erase some of the light spots on there. On this one, we did a collage where you had to take different pieces of papers together to like form different shapes, like up the face. And we scanned it, and then we ran it through an Adobe Photoshop.
And we basically in Adobe Photoshop we decided if we wanted to make it light, dark, the contrast of the colors, and yeah,
And this is how it came out.
This is art one. They chose different types of foods they wanted to do, and they basically made them out of clay, and then they painted them. Well, first they made them in clay, and then they put them in the oven, and they hardened, and then they had to paint it and to make it look real.
Yeah, and these are some of the things like kids chose. They chose like bacon, pancakes, pizza, pretzels,
muffins, pie, strawberries.
and other things they wanted to do. This is what Miss Amador's class did. Like basically she sets out like these flowers, and you have to like draw it, like what goes on your table, you have to draw it, and then you have to use different colored tissue paper, and then get water and like put on the tissue paper to let the color bleed out. Or some people, like this one, you could just like use the glue and like put the color like on your drawing. So.
Mr. Boston's class, they put crushed cans on the table, and they had to absorb it, and they had to draw it, and then they had to like draw the shadings, make it realistic, and they did that 3 times.
With different shapes of the pop cans that they crushed, and then you had to draw the shadow underneath. On this one, they had to draw numbers and letters with like different designs, and you basically have to write a secret code in one of them. Like in this one, it says One Direction, like in there, and then there's like a whole bunch of numbers scattered.
Yeah, so you have to find the code.
Can you spot the secret code?